Good morning, right? And shalom. Shalom is peace, for peace, for peace, and this is so important to our world. I'm really honored to be here, to be with you, the students, the faculty, the visitors from abroad and from other regions. And we are here trying to highlight the importance of working together across regions, across countries, across cities, and among people. I'm just trying to be open of peace. We're going to keep the world of today. The world of today is absolutely a world where we are all connected. It's a world where people and places, animals, and as we heard before from the president of Korea University, plants have an immense role as well. It's not only a legal condition that really is normally estimated to some places. I just want to tell you that I don't think that you have the right to continue with Islam. The world agreed for many years now that we humans' health is something important. Later, as we evolved through the years, it was clear that animals are important. Plants are important. And we heard about sciences and working cross-cutting, but we understood in the 1990s, early 1990s, that One Health is an important issue. It's a way to look at the new production through research, information, data sharing, but thinking forward thinking for innovations. It was then understood very clearly that we need to move, but people were not interested. For 30 years and more, things evolved very quietly. But with the pandemic, suddenly it was a wake-up call. And this wake-up call started with a big question: how did it all start? What caused the pandemic? Very quickly, as you remember, already on 4th of January 2020, we understood that it is a virus, that it is a very specific virus. We could even trace and understand it very quickly. They developed the laboratories and everything. But the question was, okay, virus, where did it come from? It's a novel virus. Where did it come from? Where did it come from, do you know? Anyone have an idea? Scream. Wuhan. Where? Wuhan. Wuhan. In Wuhan, the city in China, right? But what happened there? Why Wuhan? Here started the questions, right? In Wuhan, there is a mega lab that is dealing with such viruses. Is it from the laboratories? Did it get directly from the laboratory to the humans? What do you think? How did it get to humans? Forget about the question, was it done purposely or not purposely, by mistake or not mistake, but did it come directly to humans? No. Animals, right? And then it was clear that we have a zoonotic disease, a disease that moves somewhere and gets to the humans. I'll speak about it a bit soon. And then the world came together a bit earlier, but continues to strengthen the way with agreements, global agreements that move together to ensure that we are all aligned. The World Health Organization, from one side, the Environmental Organization of the United Nations, the Animal Welfare Organization, and the Food and Agriculture Organizations. Those four took some time, joined hands, and came with a strategic document, which is on the One Health. This agreement was very key for the future. It has an action plan, and you can read and learn about it and understand everything. For us, those who come from health and from the health side, with animals or humans, we always try to simplify and understand what causes what. You can see here, yes, we are trying to understand in a world full of errors. Just imagine us walking in a world where arrows are being directed somewhere. We don't even know where. These arrows come from one place to another place. We don't know the other place, but on the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people get hurt. Some have heart disease, some have zoonotic diseases, others will collapse because of a stroke, others will have car accident. What is the cause? We are always trying in epidemiology, in the science of epidemiology, I don't know if you can see it, we can try to find the cause, what is the exposure to the disease. But many times we end up saying, this is a randomized event. That person got cancer by chance. This one got it because he did not eat well, or did not sleep well. We first try to find in epidemiology what we have to do. But in fact, in life, we have a black box. Many things we don't know yet. We know that there is an input, there is an output, but we don't know what is in that black box. And our role in the future, when we look in the One Health, our role is to try to figure out what we have in that black box. How we can do that. We heard before from Professor Gawowicz, we just ended by chance, we heard that sinuses are important. In the sinus approach that I explained before, it is important you learn some things, but still you have lots of place for guessing and randomization, for understanding statistics, etc. But when we are looking at the whole picture, our role is for the future is to actually look at what we are trying to do is this black box. Many times, even many years ago, that this triangle became very important to look at the agent, the host, the environment. So One Health is not new, as I said. It's actually an old theory that just let's look at few examples that you might know from here. Let's think of leptospirosis. Do I have this disease here? Do you know? How do you call it?
Clostridium.
Exactly. Okay. So, what is the cause? The real cause in the silo approach explains the agent, right, that caused the disease. We know that actually it's connected to rats,
Okay.
right? Rats exposed to wet environment after the rains, after the cyclones, and the humans are incidentals. Remember those arrows that I showed you in the beginning that goes from one place to the other? The arrow was heading to another place. The humans are innocent bystanders, and they get the disease because that's how it works. We are there in the environment. We are just there in the wrong place, in the wrong time, or maybe the right place and the wrong consequence. If we just treat the agent, usually it doesn't work. Do you know of one disease that there is a vaccine that works in a siloed approach, and that disease has been dying from the first face of Earth? What? Which one? Exactly, bravo to you. Really, wow. Smallpox. Why smallpox? Because smallpox is only this in humans. It doesn't link to the environment. It doesn't have to do anything with other animals. It doesn't have variance. It is one of the targets that you can target it and get rid of it. But 70–80% of the agents are not like that. They are not actually developed or living on HPs. They are spread worldwide. In those cases, you cannot only target the agent. It won't be enough. We have to look at the One Health. Let's look at another one, Nipah. You know Nipah? Yeah, of course. That's, and the agent, again, humans are incidental in this. There's just those exact lines. So treating and learning about the One Health would help us to deal with many health issues. We heard a lot about the collaboration and the multidisciplinary collaboration. That means collaboration means that, yes, as silos are very important. The specific knowledge that each and everyone will acquire or acquire through your lives is key. You have to be specialists. You have to learn your skills. You have to understand exactly your field. But in collaboration, you strengthen it with the knowledge of others. You look and learn together how to attach and how to attract. And we coming, from the journals, public health, animal health, like how read, and ecology, specifically, that she brings to the stage. I was looking right now, I should look with including. Yes, when we look at all this together, we understand that each of us has an important key role, but we have to collaborate. Because when I sit with an engineer, with an IT knowledgeable person, with anthropologists, social workers, nurses, of course, vets and doctors and nurses, all the rest, but all of us, teachers, when we sit together, we learn and to solve and to think about those black boxes and how to deal with this. For that, we are really lucky to our privilege to establish the first center in Israel that is focusing on One Health. And this is thanks to our president, who actually brought together some other notions and perceptions into it. For us, One Health also has to do with food systems. Food systems are actually for putting the One Health in one perspective. So we wanted to make sure that we always pay attention to the food systems and, at the end, resilience. So our center is food systems, One Health, and resilience. And we are trying and aiming to work with multidisciplinary teams in encourage innovation and to really improve translational research, making sure that what is done can be applied for future generations. For that, I need you, and together I think we can really build beautiful things. We are looking at what we call the hazards, the multi-hazards approach, or all hazards. Remember the black box? The black box is still being attacked by so many hazards. It would be the climate change, it would be all the results and outcomes of climate change, but also humans, disasters, technical hazards, etc. So there are multiple hazards around us. We live in a world full of hazards. Our goal is not to be prepared for each and every hazard. We cannot. We know it doesn't work. We have to develop the capacities of our planet to deal with each and every hazard. And many of those capacities, competencies, I teach in the university, we learn later on, and we do research to understand which capacities will put us in a better world for the future and improve our planet. So, just to give you some taste of things that are done by researchers funded by the BGU4, we have data analytics people, again, you can see they are not coming from the health field, they're coming from different faculties and universities. With them they bring AI, machine learning, genomics and meta-genomics, and network analysis. Network analysis became very important later on to understand things. We have experts in our program and school. Dr. Shuri Tmamban, who is the head, the chair of the Israeli Space Agency, the national agency. She's really doing beautiful things with satellites, with knowing intrusion from above, but also linking it to the underground, to the roots, to the people, to the animals. And in each of and every field that I mentioned, we have experts in the university that can bring the different aspects to our lives. We are looking at climate change adaptation in many of the research and systems sovereignty, understanding how communities can live with a local and production, local history, and keeping the indigenous people culture, coming back to the roots, what we call, and yet managing the biodiversity. Lots of technical and practical knowledge how to teach. Yes, teachers along with the School of Education that are doing how to teach and how to bring it to the kids, to keep it up and on. And special groups that we are very happy. They are still as Israel, a name. They are solving the global shortage of omega-3. You can take photos. This is one of the ideas we hope will be published soon, but the team here did a wonderful job and becoming really making sure that the biomass production of fish food will be addressed as well. Another group, Professor Liam Schmarin was supposed to be here, unfortunately could not come. He is dealing with wastewater research, and he is dealing with molecular detection of and look at any signs and symptoms, including hormones in the sewage. So, interestingly, we could see during the World War in Israel in the past 2 years, following the stress hormones in sewage, you could see the impact. You can see it in the sewage. Really interesting. Hopefully, it will be published very soon. Another research is done by Professor Shimon Rahulevich with the School of Sustainability in our university. And Shimon's team is doing a real good project, interesting project on the roots of resilience. And they are working on roots of sweet potatoes and things that I would have never thought of before I knew this multiple factors in this field. Environmental for child adversity detection, preparedness and response, another study that is done by Professor Schwartz. They are working very hard on other aspects of wildlife. Here is connecting us to the mental health, which is also an important part of the great box. And Professor Kobi Mohan, he is doing, with his team, he's doing a work on detecting pathogen and antimicrobial resistance and urban rodents. Antimicrobial resistance is a key One Health challenge. One of those hazards is growing, it's getting everywhere, and some of our teams focus on that. We have lots of data sources nowadays. Many data sources are flying in around. You can go to ChatGPT, find things, don't know if it's free, it's not, and how to manage it, how to standardize, how to keep privacy, how to manage it. We are working with different teams now, trying to actually bring health reports and live from people to themselves, sharing it to whoever they want in order to get advice. I spoke about this space and looking from above. We are looking also at real-time surveillance and different tools that can be done and can be used to collaborate at the responses in different aspects. One thing that I just wanted to take a second to tell you is my love, and my love is to hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are very interesting animals. Do you have hedgehogs here? Do you know them? You have them? Yes, so you know that it's my love, right? Hedgehogs are amazing spies. They tell us, actually, they give us the best information on the environment that we live on. Because hedgehogs live around humans, but underground. Nobody likes to pet them, breathe, or to kiss them or hug them. So hedgehogs are kind of individuals. So they are really reflecting what they are. The interesting thing is that the hedgehog spies, they are born with enemies. They are not sick. They will die with the same spines. It's not an us losing hair. They stay with it. The interesting thing is that when you take the hedgehog and look at from the exposure of the hazards that you are interested in, you'll see that it has kind of a timetable. The exposures that were done today would be close to sting. Those that were done when the hedgehog was born, maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago will be at the end of the spike. So, interesting animal that can tell us a lot, and we are now trying and hopefully can collaborate with those in preparing and building biomimetics, which is a new field. I just try to give you a little taste of what we can do together. Think beyond the black box, but actually, I would like to ask you to enter into the black box. Enter deeply into the black box, but do it hand in hand. Different professions, different costs, and let's collaborate. I thank you so much.
Thank you for the company. I must say call for action to make our livelihood better in every aspect. Your presence is assured as truly wished better.